Welcome everyone, I'm Nicole Jordan. I'm the owner of Moving Mountains Des Moines, and I am an intuitive health and wellness coach that focuses on utilizing nutrition and lifestyle changes to help the body, mind, and spirit heal itself to its fullest potential. I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about a new series that I'm doing called Wellness Revelations. So what is Wellness Revelations? Well, it's a series that is going to be offering tips and tricks to help you along your health journey. It's also going to be sharing resources and businesses in the local area here that are out there to support you as well. And lastly, it's about inspiring stories and successes or testimonials that I've experienced along the way in the last 5 years of having my nutrition practice. This past year has been, actually this past 3 years, has been super hard for us as a collective. We've experienced COVID, we've experienced complete disconnection from people, we're now experiencing war, the condition of our earth is just not in great shape, and there's just a lot of trauma out there that people are having a hard time navigating. So I really, in this series, want to focus on how I can help you get through that. And if I can't see you on one-on-one, I wanted to be able to share with you these ideas through social media. So here we go. I'm going to talk about my first experience and a tool that I use really, I would say every day or almost every day to help along my healing journey. So the experience I want to talk about is actually, it just happened a few weeks ago. My family and I traveled to Estes Park, and I had my 2 youngest boys with me, and they decided that they wanted to go on this 4-wheeling expedition with these side-by-sides in the Rocky Mountains. So we went to the place, we talked to them about renting the ATVs, and in doing so, they brought up the fact that we would be traveling along these deadly cliffs where if you aren't paying attention, ultimately you probably wouldn't come back from. So I don't know how, but my sister and my brother-in-law talked me into going. They jumped in and drove the trucks and the trailers, or the Jeeps and the trailers. We were driving about a mile into the mountains. And about halfway up, I was just like in freeze mode. I was experiencing like tightness in my chest. My mouth got dry. I was having troubles breathing. And I have not experienced anything like that in a very long time. And I was having this inner dialogue like, okay, your boys want to do this. You've got to show them how to be strong and brave, and you've got to find a way to get through this, because I really just wanted to go home. And so I got quiet. Everybody else was in the car, but I'm like, okay, Nicole, just focus on your breath work. Just take 5 deep breaths, like deep breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. Focus on your breath and relax, and don't think about anything else right now. And I asked, as I do every day, I asked for my guides, my angels, my highest self, God, whatever you want to call it. I just said this quiet prayer, and I was like, just please bring peace around this. Help me to be brave and to experience this with the boys, and allow the fear to move through me. And I took a few more deep breaths, and I just felt this crazy wave. It just started at the top of my head and just gradually went through my whole body. And instantly, and I'm being very serious and very clear, instantaneously, I felt totally at peace, totally fine with what I was doing, and pulled into the place. We got out into our side-by-sides, or these big 4-wheelers with roll bars on them, and we drove through the most beautiful mountains, over the scariest cliffs I've ever seen. But the experience was just something I wouldn't have experienced had I not gotten through the fear and the way I felt of just being frozen and afraid. So that's my most recent experience. And it's just a tool that I feel like so many people forget that we have, and it costs nothing. There are so many YouTube videos out there. There are so many resources out there. A few local people that come to mind when I'm talking about breathwork would be April Wyatt. She's a practitioner here in the Des Moines area. Molly Douglas is a therapist here in Des Moines, and she does great work around meditation and breath work and tapping into your highest self or God or whatever it is for you. And I will post those links or those resources at the bottom of this page just for you to use moving forward. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the story that I shared. I hope you can at least take some time today and maybe pull up a video or a podcast that could help you to utilize breath work just in your everyday life and see how you feel using that as a tool. If you like this video, please hit subscribe or share it with your own family or friends. And I hope to see you on my next podcast.